Enten, the seventh and final enchanted blade created by Kunishige Rakuhira. But why created to begin with? First, let's look at Enten and its three abilities, each represented by a different fish: Kuro, Aka, Nishiki. Like the others, synchronizing with it allows you to influence its true realm, which grants extensions to the abilities. The wielder's perception, understanding, usage, and willpower can bring forth new ways to use the enchanted blade. When Chihiro's body couldn't take the physical toll of firing off a regular Kuro, he created Kuro Shred. At the cost of more spirit energy, he summoned several tiny black fish that aren't so taxing on the body. Now that we have seen a bit more of Chihiro with Enten, at this point in the story I personally believe that Enten's abilities are a bit lackluster, at least compared to the other enchanted blades. Cloud Gouger allows you to create water, ice, and lightning. Tobi Mune has a crazy reconnaissance over a large area. It can teleport and even heal, can even fix buildings and other people. Kumiyuri essentially has genjutsu, and it allows the wielder to control objects. I mean, it ranges from an entire hotel building to dead bodies, which is crazy. And the Magatsumi, capable of killing 200,000 people, and from what we know at this point, we can speculate rendered an entire island uninhabitable. To be fair, we have yet to see the final two enchanted blades or get any information regarding their powers. You never know, their abilities might not be as devastating. I doubt it. All I know is Enten in comparison just isn't as imposing, but that isn't to discount its capabilities. In fact, I think that is the whole point of Enten. Kunishige crafted Enten to be able to fight against the other enchanted blades, especially around innocent civilians. Now, does that answer the question to this video? Why create Enten to begin with, especially when Kunishige had the other 6 enchanted blades just stored away in his basement? And technically that does answer the question, but I'm going to go a bit further here. I think the whole purpose of Enten is to absorb the malediction. This obviously would require a great buff to Aka as it currently stands. Now I know what you're probably thinking. If the malediction can wipe out 200,000 people, how can Chihiro ever hope to get to a point of being able to absorb all that? I mean, we all saw what it did in the Rakuzaichi arc. The visual identifier of the Magatsumi's power is liquid death essentially. It's just toxic corruption that just eats away at life almost instantly. Honestly, the only answer I could give you is to just remind you that this is a Shonen Jump story. Where Chihiro is now compared to where he will be at towards the end of the series will be a noticeable difference. The theory I'm leaning towards would be more of a symbolic one. At some point in Chihiro's journey, I think it's going to shift and it's going to be more about Chihiro ultimately getting rid of his father's legacy. He cares more about his connection to his father more so than his connection to his father's legacy. Kunishige's advice to Chihiro was about seeing the world with his own eyes and coming up with his answer. Whereas his father's answer was to create the enchanted blades, Chihiro's answer for justice is to get rid of the enchanted blades. But in doing so, that allows Chihiro to hold on to the memories and the feelings that he holds so dearly. To have conviction that is pure of heart like that, and maybe with the sacrifice of Enten being destroyed while doing this, might be enough to make it happen. Personally, I could see it now. Shikoku Island finally getting unsealed, Yura wielding the Magatsumi, wants to have an all-out final battle with Chihiro. Enten now fully realized as Chihiro's at the end of his journey. I'm pretty big on Aka as a power. There's also Nishiki as well, and I don't think we've seen the upper limits of that fish's ability as well. I'm actually interested what your theories are regarding that fish's ability specifically in the comment section. Before I go, I want to circle back and touch on something I mentioned earlier in the video about Enten's purpose being able to combat other enchanted blades, especially around innocent civilians. The reason for its less devastating power set is to be able to fight against these types of swords within city limits. Don't get me wrong, Chihiro can surely still do crazy damage. I mean, we've seen Kuro just rip through a crowd of people. He now has Kuro Shred, which is more manageable and easier on his body. Nishiki, which is like a cloak that amps him. Akka allows him to absorb spirit energy attacks so he can use them later. He can even use Akka to minimize damage to property or casualties. The thing that ties all this together and makes it work is Chihiro's extensive knowledge about the other enchanted blades. He knows more about the enchanted blades across the board than anyone else. When it's all said and done, I think the conclusion that us readers will come to is Kunishige's magnum opus wasn't the Magatsumi or any of the enchanted blades. Kunishige's greatest creation was his son. That's the thing he was most proud of, and I could see Kunishige giving him the tools and knowledge to be able to accomplish this goal. That'll do it for me. I appreciate you staying for the whole video. Make sure to like and subscribe, as well as check out my Kagurabachi podcast, The Hishaku Hideout. I do it with my homie Dice. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it if you enjoyed this video, and until next time, stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.